Hey folks, Mr. Awesome Sean here, and welcome to part 4 of Spark the Electric Jester. And in the last part, we pretty much had a good time going through, the different parts and stages and whatnot. But, yeah, folks, I hope you folks are having a good day. I know it's scary, the news and what's going on and all that stuff at the time of this recording anyway. But, yeah, just, try not to think about that. Just try to move forward. I do thank you folks for watching. You could have anything better to do, but I'm thankful that you're watching a nerd rant about something that he cares about. Anyway, folks, yeah, at the time of this recording, I do have the footage finished for both, Spark, the Electric Jester, and, what was the other playthrough I'm doing? Jeesh. And, River City Girls. Sheesh, I couldn't even think of it, but I do have both playthroughs finished. All I have to do is edit and record over them, so that is left. At the time of this recording, I don't have another playthrough planned. Although I do have a couple of choices up. Nothing is set in stone. Although I am debating between two choices that I have. Maybe I'll create a poll or something. And flip a coin or something that help me decide. But one of them I have experience with, and the other one I have absolutely none. And I was gonna throw a third option in there, but I don't think people want to see that. And that third option, I'll just go ahead and give it a name, which was Sleeping Dogs. I've been talking about that game on numerous playthroughs, actually, if you can go back. Yeah, I've been talking about doing Sleeping Dogs. Don't know if I want to do it yet. I do have the equipment and all that stuff set up for Sleeping Dogs, meaning I can record it off of Steam because Steam has it. But I don't know. My laptop is capable of running it. Don't get me wrong. So I don't know if I want to get into that yet, because that'd be one beefy of a playthrough. And I've done beefy playthroughs before. Usually they are RPGs, such as, what was a beefy one? I did Pokemon Fire Red, that was a beefy one. And, Guruman, oh man, I missed that series. Guruman was a beefy playthrough. So, we'll just see, the following weeks or whatnot. Just keep me, I'll keep you posted and, let you know what kind. But the hammer right here, this is a good one. I try to keep it as long as I can. It's a good weapon of choice, folks. So yes, the Spark the Electric Jester, I am done with it. It was something. I'm not really gonna spoil it. I'll get to that towards the end part. But yeah, this guy right here, this is not gonna be the first time we see this guy. This guy, I don't know his allegiance. This guy is just weird. But yeah, Sleeping Dogs, that'll be a beefy one, but like I said, we'll get to it when we get to it. A bunch of games at the time of this recording, well, not a bunch of games, but a bunch of new content came out this week, which is being, this fight right here was weird as hell, and it was kind of creepy. But anyway, it reminds me of some Sonic EXE. You guys remember Sonic EXE? That was a big thing. Is that still a big thing that's going around? That should be dead by now. It's been a couple of years, but, yeah, this is what it reminded me of. This fight was just creepy overall, but anyway, folks, for this recording, Spawn has come out for, Mortal Kombat 11, so, well, he hasn't come out yet, but he's in the testing phase. He will be out at the time of this recording in like 3 days or so, so you might as well say he's out now, because by the time this gets uploaded, he will be out. But anyway, Spawn's out. People are having a great time with him. I've seen some crazy stuff. They even got the guy, Keith Davis, I think that's his name is. They got him to play the voice of Spawn, so people are loving that. What I was gonna say, not only did Spawn, Animal Crossing, New Horizon has came out. So I hope you folks are having a good time with that and are splooging on it. I'm not gonna. Here's the thing: Animal Crossing is not really for me. You know, I haven't played a single Animal Crossing game, and from the footage I've seen, it seems like it's not my thing. But if it's your thing, more power to you. I hope you dissect that game for whatever cause may be. I hope you just fall in love with that game, folks. More power to you. All the craziness that's going on right now, I just hope you give that game all the attention it deserves. Yeah, anyway, folks, spring has officially started. It is showing. Jeez, this weather, it's not getting any better, but you know, it is what it is at this point. I was thinking about doing, the game's not out yet. I was thinking about touching up. I might do a let's look at on it. Freedom Planet 2, I haven't really been seeing any updates or release dates of when it's supposed to come out. Hopefully it comes out this year so I can go ahead and get into that. I don't know if I'm going to drop everything and actually get to, you know, the play of that game. But, you know, eventually, you know, folks, I'll get to it when I eventually get to it. That I really enjoyed the first one, and the second one is looking super promising. So, hopefully that drops this year so, you know, people can get their hands on it so they can have more games to play while we're going through this horrific situation that we're in. Anyway, folks, yeah, so not only that Animal Crossing come out, Doom came out as well. So, I hope you folks will enjoy Doom Eternal, I think it's called. I might be mispronouncing that, but I think it's called that. But anyway, I hope you folks give that some love as well. I've seen some people streaming that already, and you know, more power to. I never actually played a Doom game before. I know what Doom is, obviously, but I actually never had a chance to play it, folks. I never played Doom, or I never played Duke Nukem. I never played those two genres of games, and I heard they were good, but I think people like Doom more than Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem at this point is just like a meme. So, yeah, people are gonna enjoy Doom more. Actually, speaking of Doom, I think is it Doom Guy? But, anyway, I saw I don't know if you folks watched Death Battle, but I seen a death battle between him and Master Chief. Now, you know, if you want to guess who won that, Master Chief won that, of course, because Duke Nukem didn't have that much of an arsenal to work with compared to Master Chief's. And look at that, I'm talking about freaking Doom while playing Spark. To change topics right quick, the quality of my microphone, as you know, is vastly different than the other parts. Number one, when I was recording the part, I was, you know, I had bronchitis and whatnot. And number two, now that I actually have the correct settings on my microphone, because I had it on freaking mute the entire time, yeah, I really felt like a jackass on that part. So now the quality of my microphone is what my old one used to be. It may be even better. I don't know. You folks will be the judge on that one. But yeah, the quality is, you know, I think it's a little better, but I don't think it has that sound blocking or that, you know, that noise canceling that it had before. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, I was gonna talk about the Resident Evil 3 remake. I don't even know if it's supposed to be coming out. You got the Final Fantasy remake that's supposed to be coming out in April. The Resident Evil, I don't know when that comes out. Matter of fact, I'm about to look that up in just a second, just to find out. But Resident Evil 3, I haven't played that. The only Resident Evil that I really kind of sunk my teeth into was the first Resident Evil game. My brother, or my stepbrother, had it at the time, and the case cover scared the crap out of me because I didn't know what I was looking at. And, you know, I was only 8 years old at the time when I was looking at the case, so, you know, I didn't know what it was. And boy, man, if I could tell my 8-year-old self not to get into that mess that I was getting into, then I probably never would have played it. But, you know, so many remakes and remasters on games just, you know, give it that polished look, you know, bringing it into the modern age, because back then, you know, we thought stuff was super cool. The graphics were cool because it's something that we never seen before back then. And gamers these days, and I mean the younger gamers, are lucky because they are used to seeing quality games, good graphics. But man, if you were growing up back in the 80s, 90s, you thought stuff that looked good is crappy compared to standards these days. And is that the reason why they're remaking so much stuff now? Me, myself, personally, I am a sucker for pixelated, stuff like this. This right here may look like crap to somebody, but this right here is gorgeous because it just reminds me of 16-bit gaming. And simple gaming like this at its core is just, oh man, it's just great to me. But other people don't, kids these days, and I'm not talking about all kids because they're still unless they grew up with like a older sibling or something like that, but kids these days, I don't think they would appreciate these kind of graphics. You could prove me wrong, and if so, do prove me wrong in the comments. I do read it, comments, the very little I get, but I do read it, so prove, like, argue with me about that, because I'm kind of interested in, what people got to say about this issue that I'm talking about. But yeah, unless you have a older sibling that grew up with that, of course gonna have the nostalgia for this, I don't think the younger generation is going to appreciate a game like this. I think this game was created with the older demographic in mind. Now, sprite-based work, I've always been fascinated about it. Games like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, mostly fighting games in general had that 2D sprite work. I've always been fascinated by that. Do I prefer it over 3D? Sometimes. It just depends on, how fluent the sprite work is. For example, Street Fighter 3 sprite work is fluid, it's fantastic, and I guess that's why people still play it today, because not only is it a good game, it's fluent too. It's a fluent fighting game. But anyway, while I was doing all that gibberish about sprite work and all that stuff, it did relate to this game, by the way. I'm looking up Resident Evil 3 release date, and it's supposed to be April 3rd of this year. So at the time of this recording, how many days is that away? Actually, that's about 2 weeks away. So people are getting hyped from that. Wait a minute, if this game releases April 3rd, then when the heck does the Final Fantasy remake is gonna be released? Because that's gonna, oh man, so many people are gonna go broke in April, it's gonna be ridiculous. But yeah, the Final Fantasy 7 remake is supposed to launch that month as well, I believe. So matter of fact, I'm about to find out here. Let's see. Oh wow, as soon as I type that in, pre-orders. Wait a minute, is it? Oh, okay. Wow, it releases a week later. So many people are gonna be, that's, oh man, wow, wait a minute. That's okay. I just saw something that caught my eye here. This boss right here, just to get into actually game, this boss right here took me so many freaking tries to beat. What you guys are seeing is the power of editing at its work here. This guy took me so many freaking tries to beat, because I didn't know what this guy's attack pattern was. You could at this point you can call it a blind playthrough, because man, that's the power of editing right there. But anyway, yeah, I didn't know. The bosses in this game are sporadic. They really are, but it's fun, when you finally deliver that final blow to the boss. But I decided to go with this is a good weapon to use against this guy, because not only is it long range, you can get multiple hits off this guy. If you you decide to, play this game and fight this guy, I would recommend the archer weapon because you're gonna get more, let's say, bang for your buck, if you want to say it. You're gonna get more hits if you go with the archer weapon. Because, I tried the other weapons, that I had, and they just wasn't doing as much damage as I am with the archer. Of course, the fight's gonna take longer, but in the end, you're more worried about beating this guy than the actual length of the freaking fight. So I did just notice something about my microphone is that it's going in and out. I've already at this point, folks, recorded too much narration or commentary to really go back and redo the whole freaking thing all over again. So during the edit, I'll try to fix it up. It may sound like I'm going in and out of through like a freaking tunnel, so I do want to apologize for that. I am apologizing in advance. And the next time I do a recording, I'm going to see what freaking caused that audio glitch in the first place, because I am seeing the here on my where I record from. I do see like the waves of, and if anybody's a recording expert, the waves represent how the voice is going within the audio itself. And I noticed that the voice here is going kind of in and out. It may have been when I clicked on that thing I had that popped up, may have disrupted the audio, but I'm not sure. So that little part right there does concern me. I don't know if it has something to do with the freaking microphone itself, but I'm going to look into more of that as it becomes, irrelevant or available. Hopefully I'll have this solved by next part. And if it doesn't resolve by next part, I'm going to have to freaking invest in getting a new microphone yet again. This would be the freaking third time that I would have to do that. But yeah, we have this little cutscene of, Spark. He's pretty bummed out of what happened and all that. But, yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. But here, folks, you guys, if you need to pause it to read it, feel free to do so, because I'm going to keep talking because that kind of pissed me off with the whole microphone thing. So I'm gonna I don't want to spend money on another microphone. I really don't, but if I have to, just for the sake of recording, I will. It's gonna suck balls, but uh, I just gotta do what I gotta do at this point, folks. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. Um, yeah, hopefully I say that. But anyway, folks, enough of me complaining about this. When we return to Spark, we're gonna be droning through the desert. So until then, peace.